In this slide, I will explain 4 types of timber defects caused by natural force. First is chemical stain. This defect happens when the timber reacts with external agents such as minerals, chemicals, causing discoloration. Although it mainly affects the appearance, it may also reduce the quality of the timber. Second is rain galls. Rain galls are abnormal growths on the tree caused by injury or improper cutting. This creates an uneven grain and weakens the timber. For the third one is twist fiber. Twist fiber occur when young trees grow in a twist direction. This makes the timber difficult to saw and reduce its strength. Lastly is upsets. Upsets happen when wood fiber are crushed due to compression or strong forces, making the timber weaker and more likely to fail under heavy loads. In this slide, show different types of cracks, also known as shaker in timber. First is the star shape. This crack starts from the outside of the log and extend towards the center. They are usually caused by extreme heat or several frosts. Second is the cup shape. These defects form a curved split along the annual rings because of excessive frost action. Third is the heart shape. Heart shapes begin at the center of the tree and spread outward. They usually develop as the tree becomes older. And last one is a ring shape. Ring shapes occur when the wood separates along the annual growth rings. This is commonly caused by strong winds or corrosion during the tree's growth. In this slide, I will explain the timber defects called by knots. Knots are the remains of the tree branch that become enclosed inside the wood as the tree continues to grow. The main cause are the natural growth of branch or dead and broken branch that become embedded in the trunk. Knots have several effects on timber. They interrupt the wood grain, reduce the strength of the timber, especially for the structural application, make machine and finishing more difficult, and also affect the overall appearance of the woods. So, for these slides, I will explain about the classification of knots based on their size. A pin knot has a diameter up to 6.5 millimeters. A small knot has a diameter between 6.5 and 20 millimeters. A medium knot measures between 20 and 40 millimeters. Finally, a large knot has a diameter of more than 40 millimeters. Generally, the larger the knot, the greater its effect on the strength and quality of the timber. Large knots are usually not suitable for important structural members because they can significantly reduce the timber's load carrying capacity.
This slide explains one of the natural timber defects, which is called knots. Knots are formed where branches grow from the tree trunk. They can affect the strength and appearance of the wood. There are several types of wood. There are several types of knots. A live knot is firmly attached to the wood, so it is strong and can still be used for construction. A dead knot is loose from the wood and may fall out, making timber weaker and safe for structural use. A decayed knot is damaged by fungi, which reduce the quality of the timber. A loose knot is the early stage of the dead knot. Brown knots have a circular or oval shape, while tight knots are firmly held by the surrounding wood and are considered stronger. So, in conclusion, understanding the different types of knots help us choose suitable timber for construction and avoid using weak or defective wood. This slide shows timber defect caused during the conversion process, which means defect that happen while the timber is being cut or processed. The first defect is chip mark. It is small mark or scratch on the timber surface, usually caused by a planing machine. The second is diagonal grain. This happens when the timber is cut incorrectly, causing the wood grain to run diagonally instead of straight. So the next is torn grain. This defect occurs when part of the wood surface is turned during machining or because the timber is dropped or handled roughly. Lastly, wind is the presence of the original rounded surface or bark on the edge of the timber because it was not completely cut during processing. So the next is this defect can reduce the quality and appearance of the timber, so they should be identified before the timber is used in construction. This slide shows timber defect caused during the seasoning process. Seasoning is the process of drying timber to reduce its moisture content. If the timber is not dry properly, it can change its shape. The first defect is twist. This happens when the timber twists along its length. The second defect is curve. It is when the timber bends across its width, making the surface look curved. So the next is bow. A bow occurs when the timber bends along its length, causing the board to curve. Lastly, spring, also known as crook, is when the edge of the timber bends sideways along its length. This defect can affect the strength, appearance, and accuracy of timber. So proper seasoning is important before using it in construction.
Next, I will talk about the timber defects due to fungi. Fungi are a minute microscopic plant that only attacks when certain conditions are satisfied. The moisture content of the timber needs to be above 20%. Also, there is a presence of warmth and air for the fungi to grow. There are 4 types of timber defects due to fungi, which is blue stain. Blue stain is named because of the sap of wood is stained to bluish color. Next is the brown rot. Brown rot is a decay or disease of timber by removing or cellulose compounds from wood, and the wood assumes the brown color. Next is the dry rot. Dry rot converts the wood into a dry powder form. Lastly is the hard rot. Hard rot is formed when the branch has come out of the tree and becomes weak, and it will give a hollow sound when struck by a hammer. Next is the timber defects due to insects. The first one is termites. Termites are very fast-eating wood insects, and they make a tunnel through the woods. Only a few kinds of wood that can withstand it. Lastly, beetles. Beetles make holes in almost all of the sapwoods. The larvae makes tunnels through the sapwoods in all directions and turn the wood into a powder.